Yo, what up? It's your boy, Dylan James, L. Ron Humperdinck, Political Dank House. At me, bro. There it is, in the blue. I keep them separate to an extent, but I really don't. Uh, all the normies that just want to keep this stuff out. I'm okay with people following me on my other stuff, my personal stuff to say. I don't like all the politics and stuff because they don't care. But if somebody's going to try and tell me how to be, nah. But Political Dank House, follow your boy. You see it. I haven't been on in a while. This past Sunday I was coming in here so I could record. And a coworker came in, and it's cool that I decided to do that meme. Let me check. I'm going to pull this up so you can't see all my secret plans. I know it's still recording me even though I can't see it. Was it 613? No, I did make this one, but it wasn't. Watch this. Yes, it was this one. 6:56 on the Sunday. What are you doing? All right. You can see both these, but this one was the one I was making. And that's on Instagram, Political Dank House. As it is right here, Political_Dank with a Q House. See, this is Pussy Power, My Body, My Choice, Hedonism, Degeneracy. And it's a rainbow, of course. Caitlyn Jenner's the most beautiful woman. Is the next generation. This is our traditionalism and our morals and values. Protecting the next generation. Gay pride, right? These are the cycles people talk about. I think we're weak men. I want to say weak men create hard times, but we're already at the threshold of that. People like us are starting to suffer from the people. You hear it all the time. This and that. Well, beta males and this and that, but it really is at this point. And so I think we're at the other. Hard times create strong men. How are we going to get out of this? This is just regular. Somebody got mad on the Instagram and said, hey, this is disrespectful to our VP. And I'm like, this is not disrespectful. This is funny. This is like putting... People are... With Mike Pence, people are so... He's so straight shooter. I guess you could call it that. But when you joke about him or use him in God Emperor status, a lot of times it's harder than, say, a Trump for people to get. Because Magic Mike, it's like... Magic Mike zooms in, magic, because they're gay, right? It's just clearly sexually libidinous to women, whether it's gay or not. Like, I would call that like fruity, nonetheless. We'll see how YouTube likes that, but I zoomed in on Mike, and he's got the laser eyes. I mean, I'm not Xing his eyes out like, oh, I'm dead, it killed me. It's clearly a shock, Mike Pence was talking about electrotherapy, and all the lefties were getting butthurt about it. And I thought it's voluntary. It's like when people, I talk about this on this channel a lot, the abortion issue, so to speak. The abortion issue is that we're having them, right? No, but people always say, how dare you get a woman into a room and bully her and blah, 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 and tell her this and that. What do you mean? Like, tell her, like, what's going to happen in the procedure? And she says, you know what, abortion sounds fucked up. It's not bullying somebody unless you have already invested in them getting the abortion. It's the same with the other. If a homosexual or someone who's addicted to sex, even if there's people out there that could be addicted to cigarettes and say, hey, if you could shock my head, I'll voluntarily, whatever, decide to get in the chair and see if it'll work. It's like what do they call it? It's not alternative medicine, but it's a form of alternative medicine. But let's say it's test medicine. You could say this hasn't been tested, and you sign a waiver that says, hey, I'm down with it. You've been there, I've been there. I'm willing to take almost anything when I have kidney stones. Afraid I might even have one, so we'll see. Pray for me, please, God. Okay. Now, I guess we'll just do this. I was scouring the web. Not today, just looking for, but I was at work. I hardly ever get to do anything, but chilling here watching the idiot Twitter. All the trends are different now, as you can see. Neither bits. But at one point today, it was John McCain Day. See, look at my time now. It's 12:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's actually Saturday now, June 15th. But June 14th was, quote-unquote, yesterday, 10 minutes ago. By the time I set this up, it had turned to 12. It was Flag Day, right? June 14th is Flag Day. Look. I mean, you know this. You don't have to know this. Like, you can take my word on it, but I'm going to show you. See, Flag Day, celebrated on the 14th, right? What's this? Trump's birthday, right? What was this? Mother of God. Where's your wiki? See that? Right there. June 14th, 1946, right? It's June 14th. I don't know what you'd call this, Army Day. Established date. There it is. See? June 14th, the birthday of the U.S. Army. And this is history.army.military. So June 14th, 1775 is the year before we even declared our independence fully as a sovereign nation. So see, that's a few things that are all together, right? Let's check John McCain's birthday, shall we? Look, John McCain Day. Look at that. See? New York Daily, you fucking bitches. Look at this. The Twitterverse has dubbed June 14th John McCain Day, despite it also being President Trump's birthday. What do you mean despite? That's the whole fucking point. Was, oh, this is Trump's birthday, we'll get Trump. You think he cares? People are still tweeting. So when somebody's tweeting despite you or talking about you because they hate you, they're still talking about you. Whatever you think, I'm going to use cultural references, whatever you think of the people's politics and stuff, think of that aside. People like Eminem, people like Guns N' Roses, or other people that want to be censored, not want to be censored, but people wanted to censor and they want to be a bad guy, right? It's not to say bad or good, because somebody like a Roger Stone, he says he wants to be the person that you hate, because any attention is good attention. And look at all that attention you're giving to President Trump, because we'll show you, we'll mention your name 90,000 times, and even if they're not, they're doing things to spite him. And I wanted to look up John McCain's birthday. Political party, Republican, my ass. Excuse me about the dab. It's so weird when you hold all these offices. I have to go all the way down. Yikes. Here it is. Look, was born August 29th. When is August 29th? Down. It's a whole month. Down another month. August 29th. It's a while away. How many days is that even apart? Days between dates. It's my boys. I just want to know. I'm being a spurred right now, guys. You'll have to forgive me because I just really I don't like McCain at all. I just don't like McCain. I'm like that black guy that one time he said, I just hate Tennessee. That's me with John McCain. I just don't like Tennessee. 76 days. We got 76 days. 10 weeks, 6 days. Or 2 months, 15 days. Guys, 53 working days, 23 non-working days, including 11 Saturdays, 11 Sundays, and 1 federal U.S. holiday falling on the weekends. Oh my gosh, guys, we just couldn't wait to suck the wiener of McCain. Oh. It's so good. We're sucking a dead man's corpse. Would that be necrophilia? People could say, oh, well, you worship a dead man talking about Jesus. He came back to life. John McCain's dead forever. And by forever, I mean eternally, too. That guy didn't have a soul, and if he did, he sold out a long time ago. Back before he got, jerked out of the war. And helped whenever he wet started the jet on that USS ship and just fucking lit the, what would you call it, the deck up with fire. And a lot of people, I think people even died on that, right? And so I'm pulling my hair out. I fucking hate John McCain. But I don't remember how much I tweeted about it, but there was some things I thought were funny. They weren't like zingers or anything, but there were things I was thinking about. I said one of Donald Trump 8 hours ago. I want to make sure I want to read them in order, but if not, that's okay. Oh yeah, there's another nasty shit. Bye Felicia for Sarah Sanders. It's like Sarah Sanders was class. Alright, this is where I found it. We'll go up to it. John McCain Day. I said it 9 hours ago. John McCain Day. LOL, you guys are still salty that a Warhawk traitor, McCain, got roasted like everyone else would have. Trump roasted him just like anybody else had. I can't stand this shit, and I've got family that are in the military, and they understand how I feel. And it's not like, he's one off. Dylan thinks some odd stuff. They think the same thing. They want to come back from war or protecting. And I know how people may feel on the channel like here or there about military and our force, but these people serve. You've heard my views on this. People got fucking spit on for Vietnam. I wasn't around there, but I wouldn't be for Vietnam. I wouldn't be for going into Iran. I wouldn't be for going into Syria. But the soldiers are the ones taking those orders, and you're gonna fucking spit on the soldiers whenever the politicians are making that call. And they never have to suffer their punishment. They give themselves tax raises. Like AOC was gonna change things up. She went in there and voted herself more money. And I'm not rolling around saying more of my money's being taken. And I didn't even notice that. Somebody told me that and I checked it and I'm like, wow, okay. And I'm not even surprised. Like I've told y'all before, I can't say, I can't believe she did that. And then also say, I knew she'd do that. You see, I'm not tripping. It sounds like something she'd do. You're the ones that gave y'all's hopes up. Y'all were surprised that she did that. I can disagree with something while also not being surprised. And like with this John McCain Day thing, it surprised me in the sense that it was spontaneous, sure. It's coordinated, you know what I mean? It's grassrooted, but yesterday people weren't thinking about it. Unless it was people that were planning it. But I said, wow, what is this? And I said, oh, God. I immediately knew. Out of all those things, it could be, I knew it was the 14th. He pointed at my clock. Y'all can't even see my hands. So. And I said, he got roasted like anyone else would have. McStain was not above criticism. LOL, you guys are still salty that a war traitor got roasted like everyone else. McStain was not above criticism. And it's funny to see all of the anti-war Dems worshiping this guy. Remember when he was running against Obama? He was terrible. He was terrible. And I said, seems like a guy who had seen the worst of war would do his best to stop pushing for every conflict the USA had when he came back, right? Came back from war, fat like a pig. They didn't stick that pig, though, because I guess he's a commie, socialist, whatever they were over there, pig. He was, and I know I'm not in that position, and it's when you get down the line, but the thing is, you have to know what you're signing up for. People I talk about that understand me and they're just like everybody else, chilling when they're back here. The servicemen and women, they know the oath that they take, that they could be in a position where they could, be working on a computer or something, a missile strikes them. They could be running into battle and they get shot. They know what they're signing up for. And McCain, it's just crazy. Let me see. There we go. Make sure I can see myself. kept going. I said, we're celebrating hashtag John McCain Day, despite President Donald Trump, on his B-Day. Oh, we got him. That's the people that coordinated this shit. People like George Conway over here, little bitch, who looks like a fat Paul Manafort. Is that not fat Paul Manafort? People like him would be in on this. We're celebrating hashtag John McCain Day despite Donald Trump on his B-Day. Ha ha. You idiots. It's Flag Day, right? And I didn't mention this, but it's all, like I did in this video, but on the tweet, it's also the Army Day, the Services Day. And so you've already given Trump ownership of today by not addressing that it's Flag Day and the Service Day. Why wouldn't you use those to say, remember Trump, it's not about you? This would be like people going out during Christmas, right? Yeah, I'll use that. Christmas, and then people argue about the pagan thing, right, whatever. But let's say Saturnalia is the other thing around that time, the Greek, whatever. This would be like people that were viciously trying to, not the people that say, well, there was other holidays around that time. People that want to take, oh, yeah, well, it's not Christmas, it's Saturnalia. It would be like people like that not using the alternate that it could be, like this, Flag Day. Why not use something that's already there? It's just like them saying, no, this is actually Tickle My Wiener Day. You know, it's like, what are you doing? This is actually like Republicans are stupid day. I mean, you had an easy out there, and you're too stupid to even do it. It's so nuts. I said, hey, idiots, it's Flag Day. You've already given Donald Trump ownership of today, just like how you do. You're giving Christmas or Christians ownership of Christmas Day, or not Christmas Day because that's their holiday, but let's do it numerically like this would be June 14th. You're giving that to Trump already by assuming that position to start with. You're already giving December 25th to Christians with Christmas by having to say, oh yeah, well, it's actually if you like Jesus, you're stupid day. You know, and it's like, at least say it's Saturnalia. It's not Hitler's birthday, it's 420. You know, that's what you would do. Instead, well, it's not Hitler's birthday, it's actually 2 days before Earth Day. And it ain't even that bad, because that one ain't even that bad because it's actually true. Your brand, I'm in marketing, of course, because of advertising, graphic design that I took in school and all that crap. They helped me hone my natural God-given skills, right? I said, your branding and marketing skills are whack. I don't know if you have to be on a certain plane of thinking to be able to put the puzzles together like I just did there, but I know the people that watch me or enjoy me, we're all good. I know you guys, you got that brain level up. You can put puzzles together. By saying, hey, we don't think of Flag Day first thing, you've already given Trump ownership of the day. You're like, well, it's like when people say the argument about people that when they choose to be atheists is usually against Christian God. You have to assume that there's a God to disbelieve in him. And people say, no, I'm whatever. And you say, well, and if that's the case, then you would just have to, if you really didn't believe God existed, at least come at it and say, I disagree with you, instead of saying, well, he doesn't exist. Because if you say he doesn't exist, you have to imply that there's a God to not believe in him. Right? If you say, I don't believe in God, you'd have to just say, I disagree that there is one. I know that sounds like it's the same, but you get what I'm saying in that argument. You're already assuming you have to give a little bit to the side that you're opposing to even oppose it. It's like what I've said before. The better analogy would be, instead of saying, oh, I'm apathetic about this, which is fine, you say, oh, I actually hate these people. And I guess this is what kind of like JLP would, in the realm of things. When you hate somebody, that's not the worst thing that you could do. The worst or most extreme you could feel is not emotionally extreme, but care and thinking wise would be apathy, because you don't even care if someone lives or dies, right? It's like anti-hero. They don't care in a comic book. If you're an anti-hero, you're apathetic. It's not like, well, I'm hunt so-and-so down and whatever, because Batman and Joker, vice versa, if they're going after each other, they care about each other enough. You know, they're devoting their time to them. And with apathy, you care so little that you don't care. Like you see what I mean? Someone that you break up with somebody, or they break up with you and go date somebody else. Someone who really, I don't care about her anymore. If you can prove it and say, well, I don't even think about her anymore. You hear a song and it reminds you of them, but you don't mention it to people. You don't go around and say, well, this used to be my song until, or you don't go around following them, her and the new guy, or you don't try to sabotage them. Oh, yes, see, I really don't care. I don't like her so much that I'm trying to I'm devoting all my time to destroying her relationship with someone else, blah, blah, blah. She's still controlling my life inherently. That's what these people are letting Trump do to him, and it's amazing to me. He's already a good troll, but he's like, he radiates like salt for people to just lick up. Like, it's amazing that it's a lot of Democrats. I'm not playing the party thing because it's cultural more than it's political, but because you got a bunch of people in here tagging and, oh, let me get a subtweet. Oh, it's like a bunch of jackasses, Democrats, you know, licking the salt lick. And Trump's the eternal emitter of salt for them to feast upon. This is amazing to me. Oh, by the way, June 14th, 2019, happy Flag Day to America and happy birthday to Donald J. Trump. Happy 242nd Flag Day, Old Glory. Happy 73rd birthday, Mr. President. That's how the flag talks, by the way. You would know that if you loved America. Lib turd. See, happy Flag Day. Happy 73rd to the 45th. To 45. I said, and I think I've said most of what I want to say, but here, to wrap this up, I know this is the one I want. It says, well, it's not really. Hold on. One of Donald Trump's biggest triumphs in his presidency so far, I get it because I want to say that he could do better just to make people even matter. Like when people, like on Simpsons at one time, Bart said, oh, this is the worst day of my life, and it was a shitty day, and Homer fucked it up, and he didn't even realize that he made it worse. He was like, oh, son, it's the worst day of your life so far. It's like, that doesn't help at all. That's implying that, like, more could come that's bad. It means I'm not even over the hump yet. This is what happened to it. This is his biggest triumph so far in his presidency, to me, is getting liberals and far leftists to worship John McCain like they're not anti-war. And I think I mentioned that already in this video, and if I did, hey. But look, not only is every Flag Day Donald Trump's birthday, but ever since real Donald Trump won the presidency, while he's in office, every President's Day is also his to celebrate in his office, right? Because he's the president right now. So for 4 years, he's the president, active president, to celebrate on President's Day. And so I can't wait to see the spurging when that's realized. Man, it's so freaking stupid. Seeing on Twitter it's Happy John McCain Day. It's just so funny that these lefties, they're just fucking spurging. Oh yeah, so we'll tell you about. I don't want to see the front top. Happy John McCain. What a fag. Like, why? And a lot of these people don't even like John McCain. It's like me if say I'm opposed to the I word. No, I'm not going to do that. Islam. Instead of just saying I think Christianity's the way, right? It's like me, like fucking spiting myself, biting or cutting my nose off to spite my face. These liberals prove that it's the same at the top, and that neoliberals and neocons it's fine as long as they're against Trump. They don't give a shit if they're both for war and all this crazy shit. They'll spin all their time focusing on making a day that they don't care about, like, or worshiping somebody like John McCain. It'd be like me, instead of saying to disprove Islam, I'll show that Christianity's better. I'll go, oh yeah, well, you have Muhammad. Well, I worship Lucifer. Ooh, take that. It's like, you fucking idiot. Oh, I've really pissed those Islamists off. It's like, but you're sitting there clinging to something that goes against your beliefs or your supposed beliefs just to spite somebody else, and you look like an idiot, and the option was already there. All you had to do was say Happy Flag Day. I don't give a shit if people say Happy June 14th. You know, just make it generic as fucking. Or I don't even care if people retweet or were to tweet and put hashtag. And I don't care about this. It's so cringy. Hashtag not president's birthday or something, not Trump's birthday, even though it would be wrong. That would still be more excusable than this tripping. I'm gonna follow Sarah Sanders. But yeah, John McCain, I didn't vote for him when I was going to vote in 2012. I voted Libertarian for Ron Paul because McCain, people didn't like him and he was a liar, and people held their nose for it, but he's better than Romney, but shit. I'm trying to hear if people are here. They always walk up and say, what's going on, man? But John McCain is for every war. Every war. Remember, he came down and voted, no, we're going to war. You, Mr. Senator Rand Paul, whose dad I voted for in that election. I was just talking about Ron Paul, because I lean more libertarian. I'm farther right now, but I just knew I wasn't corporate right. So I went softer right first in 2012 or so, and now I'm harder right. He went down there and said, you're carrying water for Putin. And, I got a tumor every time I need to testify, or I don't remember telling on my own troops or my own soldiers. I don't remember doing this and that. I don't remember saying fix the dang fence, and now I say you can't build the wall. Every time he needed to go in and answer for crimes and war crimes and voting for war. Oh, my head hurts, my tumor. But he could get his ass. He got up out of bed as fast as he could, put on his fucking geriatric diapers, and ran down there on the floor to call Senator Rand Paul a fucking water carrier of Putin. Fuck off, John McCain. Can we get an F in chat for in the comments for John McCain's tumor? He took one for the team. I'm sure there's more I could say about this, but I don't want to get too hyped up. Political Dank House, Instagram, Twitter, L. Ron Humperdinck, Dylan James. That's the Gab and the Instagram's the same. Twitter, they're the same. Those two are by Twitter at the bottom. Let me know what you think. I thought it was really cringy. It was one of the dumbest things I've seen on Twitter in a while, and I don't use Twitter that much. Been working hard. As you can see, I got paint all over my Get Bent shirt. Come on. I'll do this. See all that paint? Well, actually, it's considered ink, right? And then my hat, I got ink on it because I was screen printing, and then I shot it out with chemical, and then it says it was a blue jean hat. It left all. It took the color out of it. So, what can you do? Ooh, another unflattering camera angle. Guys, it's Friday, dude. Celebrate. I'm not going to say celebrate John McCain's dead, but it's just crazy. It brings me back to him having a 72-hour funeral. Would that be the right math? 38. I think that's 3 days, right? Yeah, it is. 72. It's like a 72-hour. It's probably longer than that. Remember the funeral and then Meghan McCain and all the presidents got together. And I mean, they do that all the time. But remember, they all held hands and bent over for each other. George Bush, Obama, all these people Carter, and Trump wasn't there. And all they could do was talk about Trump on McCain's deathbed. And now all they can talk about on Flag Day is Trump. But they're pretending they're talking about John McCain. They're talking about John McCain to not talk about Trump, which nobody's forcing you to talk about. It's like they anticipated that people like me were going to say, happy birthday, Mr. President. You know, if it was Obama's birthday, it's not that, oh, I wouldn't wish him happy birthday just cause. It's just, I wouldn't think about it. I'd be like, oh, yeah, it is his birthday. I mean, people smoke weed on 420 on Hitler's birthday. You don't hear anybody say, happy, hashtag 420. They say, well, they do. They say, happy, hey, blaze up, hashtag 420. But they don't go, hashtag light one up because it's 420, April 20th, not Hitler's birthday. You don't even have to say that. When you bring it up, you're suspect. Keep spurging. Little bitch.